It's very exciting times. 2016 was a stellar year for retail sales. Last year, obviously, we had a little blip. 2018 we see as very important for the expansion of hypermarkets and supermarkets in Nairobi, and also into second-tier cities as well. Carrefour are expanding. That's been announced. Shoprite are coming in. We're very grateful that Garden City will be one of their first stores in Nairobi. They're going to come in and hopefully roll out 6-7 stores by the end of this year. And then you look at the other brands, retail brands, grocery brands, who are also very aggressively expanding over the next 2 to 3 years.
So you're changing anchor tenants at Garden City Mall. We know Nakumatt is out, you're bringing Shoprite. What does the entry of Shoprite, both to your mall and to the Kenyan market, really mean for you?
Okay, if we deal first of all with the Kenyan market, we know there's a void in the market today, which will be rapidly filled. Shoprite will launch its first stores in August of this year. They're on record for opening 7 stores by the end of this year. They are the largest retailer in Africa. They have 2,800 stores. They're in 15 countries. So they're bringing that buying power. They're bringing that quality, that focus on customer, which is going to be, I believe, very well received. And for Garden City to be the first, one of its first stores in Nairobi is fantastic news for us, and we embrace that. The retail market in terms of hypermarket and supermarket penetration will increase for sure. 2016 was a great year. We had record high retail sales, increase of 13% from the previous year. Last year there was some slowdown in the market. This year we're already seeing obviously the entry of Shoprite. Carrefour are going to launch another 3 or 4 stores across Nairobi. You've got also the local players. Tuskys are announcing a very aggressive rollout for the next 3 years of increasing sales area by 50%. Naivas are also expanding, so is Choppies as well. So it's going to be interesting, but I think there's still capacity in the market.
You said last year was not very good for the retail market, and I think it's pretty every other sector. When you talk to the bankers, they'll tell you the same. Maybe it's politics, but for retail sector, we had a number of big Kenyan brands struggling. Yes. Was this impact translated to Garden City or any other mall operator in this country?
Yeah, we obviously saw a retention of disposable income. People weren't spending for a number of factors. Garden City, thankfully, our footfall has maintained at around 370,000. That's an average for last year, and we're just about to welcome our 10th millionth customer. So we kind of weathered the storm. I would say primarily because of our location, our catchment, and it's a very good shopping mall, but also we were stabilized. So we opened in 2015. Those malls that opened after us hadn't stabilized, so it was tougher for them. So we really are looking forward to this year, and not only Shoprite, but we have some other very interesting news which will be breaking the coming months.
But how big is this promise of the growth of middle-income earners in Kenya? How far would you expect it to go? Because this is what we are translating as purchasing power for people to get into all these malls that we are building.
Middle income in Kenya is very small. We've just finished a piece of research on Nairobi looking at middle income households. You're talking about 200,000 households today. We're expecting that to grow 10% year on year. So we're starting from a very low base. However, if you look at hypermarkets and supermarkets and how they've expanded over the last 5 or 6 years, you'll see this strong pattern. Kenyans are moving away from the mom and pop to the traditional hypermarket, supermarket format where it's all under one roof. They can bulk buy. and also it's more efficient in terms of price points as well. So I would expect to continue to see that growth and that movement, you know, within the urbanized communities. So it's not just Nairobi, you know, where we're seeing a higher penetration of formal of hypermarkets and supermarkets. You know, so it's providing easier access, location, etc., etc.
Let's broaden the conversation. You're running a mixed-use development kind of establishment. So there's office space and there's mall and there's a lot of other things. But I just want to understand at Garden City right now, not just the retail sector where we are talking about the supermarkets or the hypermarkets coming in. What are the other areas and how are they performing?
Yeah, so the Garden City shopping mall opened in 2015, and that was the cornerstone of phase one. We then completed 215 residential units, apartments and townhouses, and we've just launched the business park. EABL have signed up at least to take 60% of the first building. So we're creating this commercial node on Thika Highway. So it embodies this live, work, play thesis that underwrote Garden City. So you have retail, leisure, entertainment. You can live there as well. And now we've launched the business park. And there will be other commercial activities following on over the next 18 months. So we'll look at medical facility, hotel, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, it's a very exciting time.
All right, so finally, we are seeing an almost similar developments coming up, whether it's Two Rivers, whether it's other malls. Everyone is trying to put it as a mixed-use development.
Sure.
What is going to be the game changer? Because maybe for the customer to, or maybe the tenants, it will be, I come here, I can get a school, I can get apartments, I can get an office, I can get a supermarket or a hypermarket. So what makes the difference? What would make Garden City tick for the next, I don't know, decade?
Well, one is, you know, Actis are behind the project, so we have that credibility straight away. Actis have been in the region for 70 years, and they have a very strong, proven track record. In terms of Garden City, it's becoming, certainly the retail is established. The business park with ABL and other blue chip tenants will cement, I believe, the office node, the commercial node. The residential, we have what we've built to date. We have another 400 units of middle income coming online in Q3 of this year. So I think overall, you know, it offers location. So we're just off exit 7 on Thika Road. Safety, green areas. We also look at environmental issues as well. You know, this is fundamental to the success of the project.